Hey guys, John Huffman here with Huffman's Construction Group. Hey, you just received the contract. I'm so excited for you to go over it. You probably received it in that 7 to 10 days that I promised you. If not, please forgive me for whatever came up. But I want to go over the contract before you actually read it. There's some things that always come up and I just want to get ahead of those. The first one is this: change orders. We all love change orders. So there's a 30% margin on all change orders. People automatically see that 30% and they want to escape it and they don't want to pay it, right? But I want to explain what that looks like. Here at Huffman's Construction Group, we operate on a 30% margin on everything that we do. So inside of the proposal, even if we didn't have a change order, everything is bid on that 30% margin, which translates to a 42% markup. Now, let me explain that. What that translates to is this right here. We are trying to net 20%. If we ran a perfect job and everything went smoothly, which never happens, we would net 20%. The other 22% is our operating cost. Now, here at Huffman's Construction Group, we have core values. The first one is responsiveness, responding to the needs of our clients in a timely manner. Excellence, doing the right thing regardless of the cost. Attitude, keeping a positive attitude no matter what. And liability, we want it all because we don't finger point. Here at Huffman's, we are real. So for us to understand that, we understand our numbers. For us to operate in excellence, we understand our numbers. So most contractors, I'm not saying all, and I'm not beating up on contractors, don't have a full understanding of this, and they can operate in a 20% markup, which they don't account for what their operating costs actually are. In that, they rob Peter to pay Paul, and that's why contractors have such a bad name. So back to change orders. Anything that is extra, you only get the 30% margin on. What does that mean, John, extra? I'll give an example. In your contract, you have 10 cans in your kitchen, 10 can lights. Let's say you want 15. The additional 5 cans would be the change order, and that's where the markup or the margin will be. It won't be on the whole 15 cans, it'll only be on the additional 5. The other change order that occurs is selections. Let's say I give you $5 or $10 a square foot for your flooring. If you go into our preferred vendors like Hessler's Flooring and you say Huffman's Construction gave me $10 a square foot for flooring, that's exactly what you have. You have $10 a square foot. Now, if you find something that is $12 a square foot, the additional $2 a square foot is where the margin will be applied. So if you have 1,000 square foot of flooring, you went over $2, that'll be an additional $2,000 at a 30% margin or a 42% markup. We're not charging you on the whole thing, we're just charging you on the additional. Now, the other thing is unforeseen. If I take your bathroom apart and you have wood studs and all of those studs are rotted, that would be a change order as well, which in most cases here in Southwest Florida, we don't run into stick frame homes. Most are block or metal framed, but those things do occur at times. So I just wanted to go ahead and dispel that fear when it comes to change orders. And ultimately, as the owner and operator of Huffman's Construction Group, nobody likes to sit down and have those conversations about change orders. The second thing is this: we're gonna give you a preferred vendors list. Now, we're not married to those vendors, but we highly suggest you use them. Again, when we give you those budgets, we have those relationships with those vendors. So when you let them know that John Huffman at Huffman's Construction Group sent you, first, you're gonna get the white glove. Second, they're gonna give you my pricing. So if they were to retail the flooring at $15 a foot, but Huffman gets it at 10, they're gonna give you that retail cost so that you can stay in budget. Same with countertops and every other selection that we've given you. Now, lastly, scheduling, that's the most important. Here is the huge factor when it comes to scheduling. We've gotta get into permitting, right? So as soon as you sign the contract and we have the deposit that is given to us, or what is due, the 35%, we will schedule our drafts person out there immediately. The drafts person will come out there within 2 to 5 days of your signature. After that, it takes our drafts person about a week to get the CAD drawings back to us. Once we have the CAD drawings, we'll give that to you. That's for permitting purposes only. You will sign off on them and then we will submit for permitting. Permitting right now is taking anywhere between 6 and 8 weeks. Yes, you've heard that right. That's 6 to 8 weeks plus the week and a half it took to get the draft. So we're talking a significant amount of time, 10 weeks. But here's how we utilize those 10 weeks. What we do in those 10 weeks is we make sure that we get the design done, your 3D renderings. We make sure to get all your selections done. Jalen or Ellie or whoever's in the office at the time will be sending you your weekly selection list. So you'll have a long email of everything that needs to be picked out. And as you pick those out, they get entered into Builder's Trend and you approve them, your list gets smaller. It helps us be held accountable and it helps you to know what you still need to do as far as your homework is concerned. So if we get all of that done, we've utilized that 8 to 10 weeks so that when we start, we can actually move forward and put your unit together. Now, Huffman's Construction Group does a lot of condos. So sometimes we can't wait for that permit or it's gonna really mess up us getting done by November 1 or October, the end of October. So in that, what we've done in the past, if we've met with management, let them know that we've submitted, we'll start our demolition, we'll get our framing, we'll get all of our roughs. What roughs mean is everything behind drywall. So we can literally work from demo, framing, all your plumbing done, all your electric done, everything's still exposed for the inspector to come see it. So if we're waiting on the permit and your building will allow us to go in there, we can get really far ahead so that once that permit is approved, we can call for inspections and get your unit done and get your timeline done. So again, I hope this dispels any fear. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. The office will set up a meeting with us, a conference call. I can come back out on site. But normally those are the main factors when it comes to this contract. So again, I want you to look at the budgets. Whatever budget you have, that is what you have to shop with. Don't worry about labor. Don't worry about setting materials, all the nuts and bolts. It's just the hard surfaces. So if I gave you $10 for tile, you can go shop for $10. If I gave you $30 for mosaic, you got $30 to shop. If I've given you $10,000 in countertops and the countertop that you like is $2,500 a slab, you can purchase 4 slabs. Everything is built into that. If we go over that, that's where the change order will be created. You don't have to think about or worry about where you're in budget, because again, when you use our vendors, you let them know that you work with us, we'll send them budgets and they'll show you where you need to stay in budget as far as their selections are concerned. So again, from Huffman's Construction Group, we thank you so much. We can't wait to work with you and we appreciate you.